Hey guys, welcome back to CLOCKWISE Crypto. Hope you guys are moving forward in everything that you do. Diving right into a market update, a ton going on. We have CZ giving his first interview. CZ, who if you guys do not know, is the former CEO of Binance. He has been released from prison. And we also have looking at the U.S. presidential election where Trump makes big promises to crypto. We'll dive into that. But let's take a look at these markets. Taking a look here at the Bitcoin chart real quick, we see that we're pretty much at a standstill, a pullback that we were telling you guys could happen. We told you guys days ago, the pullback is healthy. It's okay. Don't freak out. And that's exactly what is going on. A healthy pullback here, making a higher low. Okay. It's a higher low point because we didn't clear this level, which would be about 65,000. That will be a breaking point where it's no longer a higher low, but this whole entire area up here is considered a higher low point. Okay, so looking for a new high, which essentially is going to be a new all-time high. We'll see what happens. But diving into CoinMarketCap, we see that there's a ton of market sentiment shifts. We see that looking at the fear greed, it's in neutral again, right? That pullback scares people, guys. It just scares people every single time. No matter how much we've seen the markets, when things pull back, people just get very fearful and don't see it as an opportunity. We see it as an opportunity, so we're excited and we want to take advantage of what we can. So just ton pullback across the market. Even if you go to crypto bubbles, if you take a look at crypto bubbles, you're going to see the same thing, like just red. For the week, a lot of projects are up because of that major push we had, but for the day, at least today, it's red. Blood on the street. No, there are not many. I don't think any coins. Let's see for the year. Everything's up for the year, but I don't think anything's cleared significantly new highs since for that last pump. I don't think there was many that pumped significantly. Anything in the top 50 at least didn't really clear and make new all-time highs. Just a pump. So we have a little bit of green for the week, or for the month, I should say. Month just started though, so that doesn't count. So for the week, looking at the week, mostly red. The days all red. So ton of opportunity, guys. Very exciting times to be in crypto. But let's take a look at this article here. Trump makes promises about crypto in the U.S., but can he deliver? Say, former president and 2024 Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump has delivered many broken promises in his political career. Here saying this year, Trump has taken up crypto in an attempt to lure crypto voters. Only July 7th, the Republican Party revealed a draft of its political program, and crypto was specifically mentioned under its innovation program next to the development programs of artificial intelligence and space expansion, which we can see why him and Elon Musk have joined forces, right? The document summarized the main objective of a Trump administration. Republicans will end Democrats' unlawful non-American crypto crackdown and oppose the creation of a CBDC, which is central bank digital currency. We will defend the right to mine Bitcoin and ensure every American has the right to self-custody their digital assets and transact free from government surveillance and control. Bitcoin made in the USA. Here in this this tweet, he's saying we want all remaining Bitcoin made in the USA, right? Pushing that agenda, right? So we're seeing that, and crypto can solve the U.S. $35 trillion national debt, which is possible if U.S. accumulates enough. There's a possibility with appreciation of the asset and everything like that. It is possible. It can really make a dent in it. Okay, so the U.S. will create a strategic Bitcoin reserve, which would be complementing or replacing the gold that used to be in reserve that was backed by the U.S. dollar, right? So that, Bitcoin potentially could be the gold, and here in this tweet, we see here that there's a slight problem no one's acknowledging regarding the plan for the U.S. federal government to hodl all 200,000 Bitcoin it has in possession. 95,000 Bitcoin from that stash rightfully belongs to Bitfinex, right? So they've been seizing wallets, right? And how do you seize a wallet? Well, typically what's happening is they're able to get, if someone gets busted, they're giving them the keys, they're giving them the access, pretty much cooperating with the government, and now they have access to that. They have access to those funds, so they're just sitting there. Okay, so the key thing about that is, if you self custody, the only way they're getting your keys is if you give them to them, right? At least to this point, like from my understanding, right? I've never seen like let's say a Ledger wallet someone gets busted and has illegal money on the Ledger wallet. I have not seen Ledger come and say, hey, there's a back door, right? Could there be? Yes, there could be, right? Just like with Apple, people have iPhones. There could be a way, or actually, no, there is a way to get into a locked iPhone, right? I've not seen that yet with these cold storages or these people that self custody their wallets to pretty much through cooperation with the government be able to just push out and say, here, you have access now because you're the government, right? I haven't seen that. Is it possible? Maybe. But I think that would pretty much erupt and destroy the company overnight, hands down. So here's another thing. He's saying he wants to fire Gary Gensler on day one and stop development of U.S. CBDCs, which anyone true to crypto is not even going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. But the one key thing with that is they might make the use of altcoins and other transactions illegal in the country. That's going to be huge. And they can also block and rescind transactions that are being sent when you're using CBDC. Let's say I want to send $10,000 to another CBDC wallet in France, right? The likelihood that they'll have the ability to stop that transaction, reverse that transaction, pause that transaction, freeze that transaction is very high, extremely high. Okay, pretty much defeating the entire reason why we love crypto. So, little hindsight about CBDC. Set Silk Road operator Ross Ulbricht free. Guy's been in prison for way too long for Silk Road. Silk Road, if you guys don't know, it was pretty much the dark web, and you sell anything, but people were able to sell illegal drugs, weapons, and other unlawful goods on there. But a lot of things outside of the illegal things were sold on there as well, right? So he went to prison pretty much forever. It's a double life sentence plus 40 years without parole for a nonviolent crime. Is aligned with what pretty much aligned with what CZ went through. So if you guys know CZ, the former CEO of Binance, we'll dive into that shortly. Let me finish this here. So his next goal is to create a crypto advisory council for precise crypto policies, which currently are not in the United States. They do not have that. Crypto self-custody as a right, which is giving you the right to secure your own crypto, are some of the goals and the promises that we are seeing from Trump as a candidate. That's why a lot of people in crypto are supporting Donald Trump and want him to win, right? Because big promises about crypto, but you guys know when you get into office, you'll see if it really plays out, right? So that's definitely something to highlight and to see what's coming down the pike, especially as we gear up towards the U.S. election. And one thing I wanted to talk about is Ross Ulbricht and Silk Road. And we're seeing the same thing. We saw the same thing with CZ, right? So if you look at CZ, who just came home from prison, one of the things that he said in this interview was that he was being asked for crypto advice from guards that guards that asked them, or guards that recognized them, I should say, right? That's normal, and that happens, especially people that are in prison for financial crimes, right? That happens. The one thing that I took away from that interview is he met a lot of people that are incarcerated for nonviolent offenses that got way too much time, because as you know, the United States is pretty much profiting off of incarceration, right? It's a machine, right? And you're seeing extreme sentences for crimes that are nonviolent, that are, you're talking about 5, 10, 15 years for financial crimes, or for where they're going to be working for pennies, where they could be out in the community paying back larger sums of money, being more resourceful, and pretty much a citizen, especially if it's nonviolent. So that's one key takeaway that I've experienced, and that I know other people know someone that has experienced. And I think it's real cool to see, his outlook, and I'm sure it changed him. I'm sure it gave him some insight, and ultimately, he's going to be better for that, seeing that other side of the world, or other side of life, where people have made mistakes or oversights. And one thing I also took away from this interview is that he's the first person ever in U.S. history to be sentenced to a prison term for the crimes he was charged with. Every other company, I think there was a bank that got a fine of 1.4 billion, and none of the executives went to prison for the exact same crime. So that goes to show you that crypto is looked at differently, but I do believe that there's light at the end of the tunnel. He's going to make a significant impact in the world. So welcome home, CZ, and look forward to talking with you again, and connecting with you. So definitely wanted to highlight that in some articles, guys. A ton of things happening in the markets, but one thing I would say is take advantage of this opportunity. I know we've been saying that all year, guys. Been saying it all year, but the time's coming. Like, the time is getting near. No matter who wins that U.S. election, the time is coming. You've seen it historically. What happens after elections, bull run, you'll have an opportunity to capitalize on growth. So definitely love what I'm seeing here, guys. Hope you guys got some value out of this video. Keep moving forward in everything that you do. We'll see you soon.